What's up, everybody? This week I hit sort of like a mini rock bottom. You know, I've been going deeper into debt. I've been having collections pile up on my credit report, and it's not like a hell of a lot of debt, but it's like a hell of a lot of debt compared to like for me. Um, I think I'm like 5K in debt right now. And I was late on my internet bill, and since I get disability, I don't have like a whole lot of money. You can't just, if you're on disability, you can't just call the government and be like, hey, I need more money, is like, you get like, if you're on young and on disability, they'll give you like $1,000 a month. That's like how much money I get right now. It's like $1,000 a month. And after I pay all my bills, I get like $40 a week. You know, it's pretty much kind of bullshit. You know, um, I've been an entrepreneur now for over 10 years, like more than 11 years. And I'm really looking forward to making some serious money. Just because if you go into business does not automatically mean that you're going to succeed. How some members of my family went into business and automatically became successful, I have no fucking idea. My stepdad was a freelance drywaller, construction type shit. How he was always busy, I have no fucking idea. Because as long as I've been in business, it's been like a hell and a half trying to fucking make shit work. You know, it's really is rather like inconvenient trying to build a business when you don't have a whole lot of money, when I don't really have the ability to work a job. And I had a job lined up for Monday, right? I had a job lined up for Monday for 17.50 an hour, right? And plus I have 3 warrants right now. I have 3 warrants right now for failure to appear. It's been a hell and a half. And I really want to, put this out there that I'm not a bad person. It's just I keep winding up in fucked up ass situations. You know, when I was broken down and broke, I had to steal something out of Walmart. To me, is like I have like one way out, which is to become a drop shipper. You know, that's like my way out right there. I'm backed up on bills. I got charged late fees for not paying my internet bill because T-Mobile home internet is fucking trash. My review of T-Mobile home internet is like fucking 2.2 out of 5 stars. It's real cheap, but if you don't pay your bill, so that's like my way out right there. Is like I want to become a drop shipper. You know, And it's just a fucked up ass situation where, I've always had dreams of being like rich, but for me, being rich basically means that, you know, I have to spend like all my money on my business. If I'm not spending like 100% of my money, I may as well be spending like 0% of my money, because if I'm spending only 20 bucks a week, you know, it's like not even worth it. 40 bucks a week would be much better, right? So pretty much, I'm getting into Amazon store as well. As another thing that I really want to get into is selling on Amazon. I want to create like a generic store on Amazon. Yeah. So that's pretty much the move that I'm going with right now, is like Shopify drop shipping and a generic branded Amazon store. Um, I just want to like pack in products. You know what I'm saying? Just like every week add a new product to my Amazon store, as like basically what I want to do. Just like test products with like 40 bucks, and then if I find a winning product, I just like go all in on that product. You know, um, the thing is that if I see someone making money doing something, I'm just gonna replicate them. You know, I'm just gonna replicate them because, you know, if they're rather, that's kind of like always been like a strategy when it comes to making money, is you find someone doing something that works and you just kind of replicate them, or like find kind of like my own way to do it. I'm humble enough to do something like that. um I pretty much have the winning strategy, though. you know I'll just like use AI to find winning dropshipping products. Like literally, I could type into AI like right now. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm kind of doing something real quick. I type into AI, Microsoft Copilot. Say like, give me winning 10 winning dropshipping products, and is scouring the internet for winning dropshipping products. AI powered smart pet feeders, mini projectors. So yeah, I've actually seen uh, successful dropshippers use these uh, these exact products. So pretty much, yeah. gonna be doing a drop shipping, a 4 year drop shipping challenge, and really it begins pretty much as of like 2017 when I first tried drop shipping. As time goes on, drop shipping has always been like a hot topic around the internet. As time goes on, it seems like these strategies of making money do not die. And the first thing I want to do is basically I want to spend a good couple years paying off some domain names. You know, I want to get my domain names registered for like 10 years each. Because pretty much um, that's going to provide me the availability to basically do this. But at the rate of $20 a year for each domain name, it would take me like 5 weeks for each domain name. And I have like fucking 12, 11, or 12 domain names. So it would take me a year just to get my domain names paid for, paid off. And, you know, it's just hitting this sort of like mini rock bottom has shown me that, like, you gotta have money. You gotta have money. I know a lot of people that have like regular jobs that have a hard time as well, and it's especially even difficult having uh like $40 a week to live off of and to basically to live your life off of $40 a week is kind of like is really difficult, is not ideal, but you know um we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work over the next like few weeks. I have basically like a dead space in I have basically like a dead space in my availability for money that I could actually spend. I'm a little bit behind on my internet bill. And of course, when you're living off of $40 a week, you know, any little like bill or anything like that could be like basically fucking detrimental in the long term of building your life. Like if you're trying to have a business, if you're trying to have a business, if you're trying to have a business, $40 a week to have a business is pretty much like is pretty much not good. It's not good. Um But we're gonna make this drop shipping thing work. I'm giving myself 4 years to become like a cash millionaire, and and then when I have like a cool like couple $1,000,000 to invest into and to have like my own place to live and like a lot of like commodity like amenity items for my life, maybe like my own house, you know, to have like a nice house somewhere nice, not like in the fucking ghetto. The spot where I live right now is like real nice, but um I just don't want no parts of this fucking poverty bullshit anymore. Um and I want to document the progress, or the process. So subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be at you in like a few weeks with a progress report on how I'm doing with the whole thing. The goal is to make like 4 million in 4 years. That's pretty much the goal. And 4 million in 4 years, to invest like 4 million straight into the pre-IPO sale of stock in my primary company, and I'm gonna just accept the first $1 billion that comes through the door. You know, I have a house picked out that I want. Um, and I'm very excited to live a nice, good life of like abundance and prosperity and fucking winning. Because this past 10 years, I've built a great foundation. To me, my 30s, at least up until around age like 35, this is like the come up years for me. You know, this is like the come up years. These are the years where, like, hopefully I can become like well off or like wealthy by the time I'm like 40. You know, I built a great foundation in my 20s, and I want to be wealthy by the time I'm 40. You know, so join me along the journey, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.